the idea behind the UNG setup, and keep this in mind, and I talked about this earlier this week in a free video at the Simple Trading YouTube channel regarding our long position in crude oil, because we're long crude. And I like natural gas as a buy even better than crude oil. But the reason I bring up that previous trade is because I'm not watching USO to trade crude oil. I'm watching crude oil futures to trade USO. And in the same way, I'm not watching UNG to trade natural gas. I'm watching the natural gas futures. Now, you don't need anything fancy to be able to track the futures, because most brokerages will give you access to these futures contracts just with your account. I mean, you can pull natural gas on, say, TOS with /NG, and you'll get the real-time feed of natural gas. So don't be intimidated or think this is going to require you to sign up for other access. Your broker should give you access to most of these contracts: ES, NQ, YM, natural gas, currencies, bonds. You should get all these with your account. All right, so the setup is this. I'm waiting for natural gas to get to the 21 exponential propulsion. In other words, we use an 821 EMA cross to plot those propulsion dots. That's my alert, right? So I have something like on the radar, right? On the radar, meaning I'm watching it. I placed an alert. The alert goes off and lets me know that price is now at a level that I want to do something. This is the way that I do all my trading. I don't necessarily leave limit orders or stop orders, conditional orders always out there. I like to take a look at how the markets are moving. And so an alert is the next best thing. So I've got this conditional alert letting me know it might be time to do something. And I like the setup here. So this is an aggro level setup where as UNG basically crosses through about 1385, I'm looking to buy the 13 call. All right, so I'm buying a 13 strike call. I want to be at or slightly in the money. That's my basic guideline. I don't get cute with it, and I'm just getting long a call. And I'm going to go out to October 15, all right? Because my other choice is September 21. I'm 36 days to expiration, which really means I'm 36 minus 21 days to expiration. So in my mind, I really only have about 15 days before I have an accelerating theta decay problem. Now, when you're playing directional options, as I do, they're directional debits. They're straight up long calls, straight up long puts. That's 90+% of what I do. You've got to respect the theta decay monster. And the best way to keep that thing, at bay is with time. And frankly, when I've got a trend, the worst thing in the world is to run out of time on the trend. To me, that's one of the worst things in the world, when you've really got a great entry and you simply have to exit because, the clock's run out. So October 15 is, for me, the way that I want to execute the idea. So again, put the alerts out there, wait for the pullback. This is a double green structured market. The aggro level is the only one that's been hit. So that means of my budget, okay, now, when I show you all typically what I have, in front of a class or before we do any kind of webinar, usually I'm going to have a budget that's very friendly to multiple account sizes. And that's going to usually be somewhere in the vicinity of a per trade budget of $1,500 to $2,000. Now, what does that mean? That means I'm allowed to buy $1,500 to $2,000 of the 13 strike. The 13 strike is going for about $1.33, $1.32. So you just do the math on that. How many $130 options can I buy and not exceed my budget? Okay? I'm a fixed ratio risk person. This is the way you start that process for proper position management. So that gives you an idea of what I've done with natural gas. And that gives you a really good idea of how I trade, not just the ETF alternatives to futures, but how I enter my options contracts. So this is a long position that we've been rolling with, right? I talk about find a double green and just roll with that trend, right? Just keep rolling with that trend. And yes, there will be that one last trend trade, but as long as it's double green, I'm going to stick with the buy, okay? Hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. Hey traders, Raghee from Simpler Trading. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment below. And remember, subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll get notified of the next update. And when you're ready to join me for live trading, be sure to head on over to simplertrading.com. I'll see you in the next update.